Welcome back to Real Life Fishing, and it's the morning after the last video, so got coffee, not bourbon, but I already put a second coat of epoxy on those 5 baits. Figured nobody needed to see me do the same thing I did in the last video. So in this video though, I've got some baits that need to be shaped yet. Yesterday evening I put lead in them and sealed them with super glue and baking soda to cover the lead. So now what we need to do is we need to get them shaped down. They've been rough shaped on the router, but we need to do some hand shaping with some sandpaper, get these things shaped up, and then once they're shaped, then we need to seal them. So this episode is going to be me sanding these things down and show you guys how I do this. So let's get started. All right, so to begin with, I don't want to mar the baits, so I just took a couple pieces of leftover 1x2 pine from when I rebuilt my lure drying rack there, and taped them in here with just some duct tape. But so that'll work fine. Right, so when I put these in here and clamp this vise shut, it's not going to mar the wood for my bait. So here's my ghetto dust collection system, right? Because I did just put epoxy over there, so I want to make sure that all this dust from sanding gets collected. So this is what I have rigged up to do that. Just a couple of C-clamps and the shop vac nozzle right there. So there's not going to be a whole lot of audio with this because the vacuum will be going. But I'll just time warp or go through time lapse of me sanding one of these things down. So we'll cover that. But yeah, basically what I'm looking to do is I've got some high spots here from the router that need to be taken down. I don't know if you can see those. Yep. And then this center line here, the router doesn't quite reach the center line. So we need to sand that off, right? Because that graphite is a lubricant, right? That's what's in pencils. So if you leave any of that on your bait, primer's not going to stick to that, and then paint's not going to stick to it correctly, and then just it's going to be a bad day. So you've got to get all that off of there. But that line needs to be there, right? Because you can see that's where the holes are drilled for the hook hangers, and make sure you get the weight in the center and all that, right? So you need that, but yeah. Well, here we go. I'm going to get started. Just a quick note here before I get started. This is the sandpaper that I'm using. I've been getting it from Harbor Freight, and it's pretty cheap, but it's got a cloth backing on it, not paper, so it works really well for this. As you'll see what I'm about to start doing here, it's got to be very, very flexible and durable. But the other thing I like about the cloth backing is that I can tear this in half, which you'll see me do, and actually get 2 pieces out of one of these. I know it doesn't help or make it any faster or easier to use a wider piece because you've got the curve in the bait, right? So a wider piece just isn't going to curve over as well anyway, and you're going to have nothing but difficulties. But so I just grab this thing right roughly in the middle and then tear it down like this, and it tears pretty straight. See that? Works really well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started then. All right, so I can talk again now. So there we go. All right, all nice and sealed up. Everything's enclosed, lead. and bait's nice and smooth. Oh, got some dirt on there. Probably from the vise. I've got a new vise on the way, better vise for this, but I had this one already, so this is what I've been using. There we go. Pretty happy with that. So this will get set off to the side now, and this one is ready to be sealed. For that, I just use Varathane sanding sealer. Just mix it up real good and then dip them in there, and then I hang them right here. You can see I got cardboard on the floor to catch the drips, but hang them right there. Let them dry overnight, and then sand down the sanding sealer just to make sure I've got a perfectly flat surface again. And then I go ahead and prime them and paint them. So you guys don't need to watch me do this 7 more times with these, but just so you've got an idea, right? So there's the differences. All right, we got to take this and turn it into this, right? So, all right, well, it does it for another episode of Real Life Fishing. So if you like this video, then down there will be the like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, over there will be the subscribe button. Go ahead and click one and or both of those for me. My goal with every video is to get 1 new subscriber. So if you're not subscribed yet, be my one for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.